Okay, what's up YouTube? We are back in the 37, back at Glacier Park, and we're gonna do the return trip. We're gonna take this thing back down to Denver. So, doors are open. At these outstations, it's not as common to start up off the GPU, so we will get our battery on quick and we will do a quick fire test. Lights and sirens. Look for our 3 lights over here. 3 lights, 3 lights. Okay, and we will go ahead and fire up the APU right off the bat. So once we get APU power, we'll go through the rest of the startup. While we wait for this to come online, since the last video, I got a chance to talk to a real-world 37 captain. He flies for Southwest. He has flown, are you ready for this? The 200, 300, 500, 700, 800, and recently got to take the Max out for a spin. So he knows a little bit about the 37. So I asked him a couple questions. This flight will be a little more procedural. I learned a couple things and we'll apply that to this startup here. There, we can give it a fuel pump, and there we have power to put on the airplane. Okay, so this will go a little faster. We have a proper release today. Release being about 30 pages of information about the flight. It has fuel, weather, cost index, distance. It has everything you could possibly want to know to make this flight. So, now that we have power, let's load some fuel into the airplane. Release says we're gonna need 15,500 pounds, so we'll put that in there. We're gonna take that many passengers. We are going to have 3,100 pounds up front, 35 in the aft, and that's all set. So we'll continue on here. I remembered this set the brake right from the get-go on this flight. I guess it started raining. Okay, so we'll turn our hydraulic pumps on, so when our poor first officer has to do his walk around in the rain, he can see if we're leaking anything. Fire test we already did. Emergency lights, come on, chime. Cabin call test. Cargo fire test. Cancel the fire warning. And cancel the test. In Denver, remember the jet bridge was connected to the airplane when we started up. The jet bridge isn't animated here, so we'll just pretend that we have the jet bridge connected and we're loading passengers. So, overspeed test, come up here. 1 is good, 2 is good. The flight data recorder, this is part of the black boxes you always hear about. That's part of that system, so that's tested. thunder. It's not pleasant here. When we get our weather, we'll make sure it's not nasty to the point where we need to delay our takeoff. IRSs are aligning. We'll check the oxygen. Non-existent co-pilot's mask is good. Lights. Dim. And everything's on. How much you want to bet nothing's burned out? Nope. Okay, last time we could have done this one. This just tests these indicator lights there, so that's good. Moving on. Altimeter setting. We'll grab the weather now. Make sure it's at least reasonably good flying
Kilo
weather.
Golf Papa India Airport information Foxtrot 2116 Zulu weather wind 027 at 9er caution wind shear alert 1 miles east northeast of Sierra 27 visibility 10 sky condition few clouds at 5,000 few clouds at 14,000 moderate rain thunderstorms in the vicinity temperature 17 dew point 9er altimeter 29er 3 advise on initial contact you have information Foxtrot Kilo Golf Papa India.
Okay, so it's not the prettiest day in the world, but we can fly in it. So, we'll take off of runway 2. Moving right along. Radios are set. Initialize the FMC. Come back to here. That's us. We have the current nav data. We're at Glacier Park. Grab our GPS position, put it here, watch the panel. Now the airplane knows where it is. Next page. Glacier Park. Denver. We have a company route this time. So this is kinda cool. We'll put our airport codes in here, run them together, and put them in the co-route there. And it doesn't look like it did much of anything until we step to the next page after we put our flight number. It doesn't look like it did anything until we step to the next page after we put our flight number in. So if we go over here, look, our flight plan is loaded in there already. We just need to put our departure in. We're going to take the Scott 2, no transition, and we'll take off of runway 2. So we'll activate that and execute. Performance. There's our weights. We're going to have 2,400 pounds of reserve fuel today. Our alternate is going to be Colorado Springs. Cost index of 45. This is something I found out about. Last time we messed with our cost index, it's set it and forget it. So 45, we'll put it in there. We won't touch it again. Remember that kind of determines our speed. We're gonna cruise at 33,000 feet today. Maybe. We'll see what the weather is like above us. We'll derate our takeoff. And there's our CG. Flaps 5. The wind was...
Kilo Golf Papa India.
Yeah, we know. 027 at 9. Alright. So now we have our takeoff speeds. V1 of 115, that's the point of no return. Rotation speed of 119, and climb out speed of 127. And we'll set our trim at 604. So right there. And we'll go to the legs page. So we climbed to 3,380 feet, then turn into the Kalispell VOR, then go to Scott, Great Falls, Worland, and then Opie. And then we'll program the arrival when we get closer. So the FMC's set. Okay, we already have the APU going, so we'll just come up here and do our overhead flow. So now the stall test will work because we've had power on the airplane. This can come on. I didn't talk about this last time. The service interphone. All that is a switch so we can talk to the ground crew. So our tug driver, when they're pushing us back, or somebody on the ground with a headset, that lets us talk to them. This we could have tested last time. That's just indicator lights for the slats and flaps. Yacht amp comes on. Fuel pumps can leave there for now. That panel looks good. We have fuel on the airplane, so we'll turn on the seatbelt sign. Window heats 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll close the doors in a minute. Packs can come on. 33,000 feet right there. We'll leave 3,000 in there for Kalispell, and then when we get closer to Denver, we'll put in 5450, which is the field elevation for Denver, a little higher than a mile high. So that's all good. Come back here. We'll set up the glare shield. Put speed in here. And you know what, for the heck of it, let's read. Since we're being all procedural, let's read about the departure. Okay, so runway 2, climbing left turn direct to the Kalispell VOR. Climb in visual conditions to cross the airport southeast bound at or above 5,600 feet. Then on the 313 radial to Kalispell VOR, so that's visual. We will more than likely not be visual. So it's as simple as that. Okay, we'll finish the glare shield. Does it just at or above 5,000? So, I imagine we'd get cleared up to our cruise something like 5 minutes after departure. So we'll just put 15 in here to begin with. And then somewhere around 5 minutes after departure, we'll climb up to 33. Alright, flight directors. As it continues to thunder outside, and auto brake to RTO, projected takeoff. Alright. We'll close the cargo doors. And we'll give ourselves a squawk code. Make one up quick. 6-3-4. Sure. We'll do this. We forgot to do this last time. The TCAS test. So we'll push that button and it'll say TCAS test, pass.
TCAS test, pass.
Right like that. So that's good. 040 at 9, the weather updated. 29903. So, the difference is probably not even worth doing it for, but if we go to our takeoff page, remember we put our wind in here. If we go 040 at 9 and put that in here, it'll delete our takeoff speeds and we'll come back to this page and we have updated ones. I forget what they were, but those look identical to what we had. So if it's a significant change, you would get different takeoff speeds, but that's that. Alright, we're just about ready to push back. Just for the heck of it, we'll do a push with a turn today. Last time we just did a boring straight push. So we'll close the main cabin door now. Pretend that the jet bridge is backing away from the airplane. And we'll set up the pushback. We'll go... We don't have a lot of room behind us, so we'll only go straight back 30 feet. Then we'll... Let's see, we're going on... Okay, yeah, we want to turn the nose to the right. We'll turn the nose to the right 90 degrees. And we'll tell them to go ahead and start the pushback. And we'll come up here. Turn our fuel pumps on.
We're all set to go up here. We've been cleared to push and start at your discretion.
Ready to push. Power air, clear, doors closed. We are ready to push back. Parking brake, please.
That's all good. We'll get rid of the parking brake.
Okay, parking brake is off. Clear to push.
Come back up here. And get rid of the packs. Turn our
Brakes off. Here we go.
beacon on. And we'll start engine 2. So we'll pop this out again. And remember at 25, we will give the engine fuel. So there's 25. See, they're turning the airplane. We'll hear the engine spooling up in a second. There it is. It is really raining. Just like when we came in here, although this is heavier. Alright, so that's one good engine. Let's make it 2. Oh, we like nailed the taxiway.
Push is complete. Set parking brake, please.
Alright, brakes are set and pressure's normal.
Okay, sir. Tow bar is off. Pin is out.
See how we almost got dead on the taxiway line there?
Guys, thanks. You're cleared to disconnect.
That
We will
worked out
be
nicely.
watching for the pin and the release from guidance on the right side of the airplane, and we'll see you guys next time through.
Roger that. Have a good one.
So engine number 1 is coming up. Restart the packs. Flip that to auto, kill the APU bleed. Take the interphone off. These can go here. We're running off the engines, so we'll start the gens. And kill the APU once we do our flight control check. So we'll just watch the yoke. Full left, full right, full up, centered, full down, centered, rudder full left, neutral, full right, and neutral. Flight controls are free and correct. Put this back on that page. We'll set our takeoff flaps. Flaps 1, flaps 2, and flaps 5. That's good. We'll kill the APU. We will turn on our taxi light. Get rid of the parking brake. And let's go flying. Alright, so once we get in the air today, I'll tell you guys about my ranch adventure on Saturday. I went to my uncle's ranch out by Douglas and helped with branding, so that was exciting. And afterward we went on a hike. I have some pictures I'll show you guys. And we'll talk about a few other things. Hopefully, I kind of hoped we'd get a bit of a scenic departure out of here. We'll see how that goes. We may get up into the soup pretty quickly after we lift off, but guaranteed the weather is a lot nicer up at 33 than it is down here. There's a cool shot of the mountains though. This airport, I've never been to it, but it's kind of on my bucket list of airports to fly into. It's way up in northern Montana, and there's some pretty cool scenery around it. So here comes the end of the runway. We'll make a right turn up here. Stop for just a second while we turn our lights on and get the airplane ready to go flying. And then we'll blast ourselves off and head down towards Denver. So we'll tap the brakes here, bring it to a stop. Alright, lights come on, strobes, ignitions to continuous, pitot heats, and just like that, that's all set. Auto throttle is armed, weather radar is on, we'll need that today, and the transponder is, whew, yeah, look at the weather radar. Not the nicest day out there. Alright, but we're not scared. Let's go flying. Clear left, clear right.